Cool.
Hello, everybody. Good morning to you. I am here with Yvonne, which we totally just had a lesson on real quick, and you guys have no idea how fun that was. So we are going to be talking, you guys, about. I'm just bringing up the video here. We are going to be talking about Gopher Gold, and you guys, I do these videos just so you guys understand what it's actually doing for people, because something, whenever I go to spend any time, money, anything on a product or a training or anything like that, it's cool to find out from the creator of it like what their intention is with it, right? But it's even better
Mm-hmm.
to know what it's doing, like what it's really actually doing for people, and not even in like written words, but in like, this is them talking about what it is. So that's why I do these videos, is because I know I can't be the only one that really enjoys that. So here we go. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So how long have you been with Young Living?
So I've been with Young Living, what feels like forever, but it's actually only about 6 years.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, but when I see the diamonds and royal crowns talk, and they're like 25 and 26 years old into the company, I'm like, I'm a baby.
Right.
Yeah,
I hear you.
yeah,
Yeah, some of them have committed for a really long time to be able to get where they are. That's
yep.
awesome.
Hmm.
So what was your business building experience like before you found Go for Gold?
So I always known that I wanted to build the business, right? But um, we were, coming in at the stage where sharing oils on social media was starting to be a thing.
Mhm.
And back then it worked, when you shared a couple of posts and people would ask you, or you talk to your friends and they'd be like, yeah, I never heard of oils before, tell me more, what is this oils thing, right?
Yeah.
But now everybody's heard of oils. Like essential oils
Yeah.
are really going mainstream. I mean, there's good and bad to it. You
Yeah.
spend less time explaining what lavender is to people, but right at the same time, okay, it's a situation where you feel as though the market is saturated, but honestly, it's not. You know. So
No.
yeah, they just don't know the good stuff from the bad stuff.
It's a really, that's a really good point to make. It's a good pivot that needs to happen in the
Mhm.
education. It's not what is it, it's why does it matter what kind you get. It's that
Yes.
it's a very, yeah, that's awesome. That's really, so honestly, because here's what people were saying was, what, classes aren't working for me anymore and yada yada yada. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
your essential oil 101 classes aren't going to work anymore, and that's because people will just Google it and they can find a blog post that breaks it down for them, and we really have no control over what blog post they find or who they latch onto and that sort of thing. But you've just made a really good
Yep.
point in that those classes aren't going to work, but what about a class that explains to you the very big difference between just smelly water or an essential oil, right?
Yeah.
That isn't as Googleable. While it still is a little bit, it would maybe be something that people could sink their teeth into a little bit more. And whenever you teach them that, they could latch onto you. That's a really, I like that. I like that
Hmm.
from a
Yeah,
person who
and
doesn't do
and
classes.
yeah. Yeah, and really, like, it's, I mean, having done the business for pretty much, the entire 6 years, I think a lot of it is that personal growth, is that willingness to pivot, is that willingness to not give up when warm market is tapped out. And and I use that term loosely, right? Because I mean, I've seen business builders come and go, right? they
Yeah.
they come in, and they've enrolled a few people, they get excited, and then things start to get a little bit harder. Right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, it's not for me,
Yeah.
right?
Because
Yeah.
that's where they need the
But
system, right? That's where they need the
yeah,
business, because their 2 to 3%
exactly.
is gone. Their low hanging fruit is signed up, and now they all of a sudden they need to work it like a business, and they're like, well, I don't know how to do that, so this
Yep.
isn't for me.
and
Yeah.
and like we actually don't know how to do that. Like, we don't know how to do internet marketing, and I don't know how to do internet marketing. I have no idea how Facebook ads work, even just the very basic things. And that's the reason why I signed up for Gopher Gold and also the home-based business revolution, because I feel that those are the things that I need to know to work a business online, especially in this situation now where I'm sure
Yes.
nobody's going to come for a physical class anytime soon.
Right. COVID isn't, you
Yeah.
guys, it's not going away anytime soon, you guys. Like it doesn't,
Yeah.
there are permanent things in place. If you look at, Mike was talking to me the other day, he's like, casinos in Vegas have put up plexiglass everywhere. Like there are permanent things that are being put into places that like it
Ah,
might be here for a bit. So let's not wait around for it to go away. Let's pivot our
yeah.
business right now, because your waiting is going to be, you think you have time and you don't have time. So you
Mm-hmm.
just act as though it's here forever. That's going to be the path of least resistance for your business growth, period. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love that you're doing that.
Mm. Yeah.
Boom.
So, and that's, yep. That it's that constant pivoting that, whenever you hit a block, you've got to be willing to pivot. You hit a block, you've got to be willing to pivot. If not, you will give up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not ready to give up. So I'm like, gotta find a way.
Yeah.
Because
I don't
this
even.
is the real deal.
Yes. So what is one of your favorite things about Go for Gold? Like what has it done for you in your business uh to help you out specifically?
And it honestly, I haven't got everything structured out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's taken a bit of time to work through the modules,
Sure.
and I haven't exactly gotten a lead through the funnel system yet. It's coming. I know it's coming. But like the one thing that I think will make the most difference is in the way that I approach, how I want to speak to my people and how I want to attract the people and who are the type of people that I want to attract. Because so far, I guess you can say that I've been lucky in talking to people and being able to enroll them, but there's not really been any rhyme or reason or system to the whole thing, right? It's
Yeah.
been, the oils are great, you can use it for this and that and that and that and that and that and that, and the list just goes on forever. And
Yes.
and yeah, that's not a great way to replicate, because not everybody is willing to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have a system that's duplicatable, if somebody can't decide that they want to join and then that same exact day be able to start signing people up. And if your process or if your system requires people to learn a bunch of things or become an aromatherapist, or you know what I'm saying, like learn the
Yeah.
different guides and books inside and out, which I feel like a lot of people feel like they need to know that before they can take the next step forward. You don't have a
Hmm.
duplicatable system, because a lot of the people that are going to decide that they want to be a builder are ready right now. And if you make them do something
Hmm.
else before they can start building, you're really increasing the percentage of the people that are just going to fall by the wayside, because they're not ready to do something else first. They're ready to do this right now. And so if you can't give them a good
Hmm.
clear direction on here's how you can build your business right now today before you even have your own starter kit, that is where that between Go for Gold and Silver Made Simple, you have both of those things and you're off to the races. You can start building your business immediately. It doesn't require, like you said, knowing everything about
Yeah.
every oil that does everything, right? I mean, I'm still amazed by, I'll find out that cedarwood does something. I'll be like, what?
Yeah.
And then, and it's still, and I'll be that way for the next 50 years, I'm sure, right? Where it's just like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that did that. So you can't wait
And
till you
that's
know
part of the
everything.
adventure.
Yeah,
That's part of what makes it fun. Yeah, you're not
absolutely.
supposed to know everything. You're supposed to like find out along the way and go like, oh wow, thanks for teaching me that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then get excited
Yeah.
about it and share it with everybody else. Like, oh, look at what I just found out. Um,
Yes.
so what would you say to somebody that is on the fence about getting Go for Gold for themselves? If they're just like, is this like other stuff? Is this, is this like everything else that's out there? Or whatever reason that people are on the fence. What would you say to that person?
Well, first I would say, do you really want to do the Young Living business long term, like forever? Okay, yeah, because if you do, you want a system in place that is going to help you with it. Okay, and yeah, I think Goal for Goal is going to be a system that will be able to help you for a longer stretch of time rather than just like the first 30 days.
Yes, absolutely. It's the system that it won't ever be unnecessary, right? It won't ever be antiquated because of the structure of it. Some little things here and there just in how you say things that might change, but the core system won't ever change. It doesn't need to change. You can use that same system all the way up to Royal Crown Diamond. However you want to do it, it makes no difference. That's how it was created, is to be 100% duplicatable for my own team. And then of course that's for everybody, for all the people now. Well, awesome.
Because it's a funnel.
It's
it's
essentially. Yeah, you nurture your leads into members. And for those people that are watching right now that are like, well, I really like doing online classes, or I like, I can't imagine people are doing in-person classes right now, or in-person vendor events or anything like that. But that this still works alongside that, because the question is, what are you doing with your leads? That's the whole thing. It's lead generation, but then it's also lead nurturing. Those are two very important things. You can't just generate leads and then not nurture them into members, because different leads, some of them will sign up right away and some will sign up in 3 months, 6 months, a year. You don't know how long it's going to take them to sign up. Right. Yeah. So if you're not there in front of them, whenever they're ready to finally make that decision, or if they're not making that decision because of something that they've seen from you, then you're not a part of the conversation. So that's that. This is how you become the conversation. You are the conversation. So anywho, all right, I won't take your whole day. You have the best. What is it? Is it nighttime there, or is it day?
It's nighttime.
It's nighttime.
I just had a raindrop this evening, and so I'm gonna go to bed now.
Oh, a raindrop and then this. So awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Have the best night. Everybody else, have a good whatever time of day it is.
Thanks, Martha. Thanks for doing this. Bye.
Bye-bye.